Chakra Natures. So, here's the thing. Minato didn't go around throwing giant fire dragons or lightning tigers like some flashy Jonin, but according to the Fourth Databook, he had full control over fire, wind, and lightning release, plus Yin and Yang chakra. Now, the funny part? We never really see him using these elemental jutsu. It's like giving someone the keys to a Ferrari and they choose to ride a bike instead. But here's why. Minato's style is all about speed and precision. Jutsu that need hand signs take too long. He's not waiting around mid-battle whispering, Katon, Goukakyuu no Jutsu, while the enemy is swinging a blade at his head. That's not his vibe. Instead, he focuses on techniques like Flying Thunder God and Rasengan, moves that are fast, efficient, and brutal. He uses chakra natures more like a toolkit than a weapon rack. Yin and Yang chakra, though, those come in clutch when he's working with sealing jutsu. Think 4 symbols, seal, 8 trigrams, reaper, death seal, those insanely complex fuinjutsu that need top-tier chakra control and the right energy type to even function. If Minato wanted to, he could probably roast, slice, or shock someone to death with elemental jutsu. But that's not how he plays the game. He's the kind of ninja who shows up, finishes the fight before you blink, and leaves without a scratch. Flashy elements? That's for people with time. Minato doesn't have time. He is time. Now, if you've made it this far, welcome to the amazing world of anime. This is the place for true fans like you, where we celebrate all the magic, action, and emotions anime brings to our lives. You've watched, you've felt the hype, you've been lost in these beautiful fantasy worlds, but, have you hit that subscribe button yet? Right now, almost 90% of you are watching without subscribing. Just imagine, if everyone hit sub, we could build one of the strongest anime communities out there. So, go ahead, click that subscribe button right now so you won't miss any new episodes, deep dive breakdowns, or awesome anime content coming your way. Thank you so much. Superior speed. Let's talk about Minato's signature flex, his speed. And no, I'm not just talking about teleporting. I mean raw, natural, outrun your own thoughts kind of speed. Minato's called the yellow flash of the leaf for a reason. Even without using Flying Thunder God, his speed is insane. This man body flickered across the battlefield faster than any other Hokage, arriving before Hashirama or Tobirama. And they weren't exactly slow, okay? Tobirama literally invented the Flying Thunder God technique, and even he admitted Minato's body flicker was superior. Remember when Minato saved baby Naruto from Obito mid-explosion? He didn't teleport, he ran. And Obito didn't even realize it until Naruto was already safe. That's not speed. That's teleportation level speed without the actual teleporting. And in the Third Great Ninja War, he dodged A's full speed punch. He reacted, threw a kunai during the attack, teleported twice, sliced off a tentacle, and marked it for later. All that in less than a second. Meanwhile, B and A were still trying to figure out if he even moved. Even Obito's Kamui couldn't save him. Minato is the only person in the series to beat Kamui with pure reaction time. Not genjutsu, not teamwork, just raw speed. That's how next level we're talking. Now, the only real drawback here is that Minato's physical speed is still, well, human. If he's injured or mentally shaken, like when he found out Obito was behind the Nine Tails attack, his reactions can slow down. That's how Tobirama had to save him from a truth-seeking orb, even though he's usually the faster one. Flying Thunder God. Now we get to Minato's crown jewel, Flying Thunder God. Let me be real, this jutsu is illegal in some fan circles. This technique lets Minato teleport to any place he's marked with his seal. Could be a kunai, a tree, your forehead. If the mark's there, Minato's already behind you. Literally. He's not limited by time, distance, or line of sight. He could be on the moon, and if his mark is in your sock drawer, boom, he's there. Even better, the seal doesn't wear off. Once he places it, it's permanent. Which is terrifying if you think about it. He uses Flying Thunder God not only to dodge and teleport, but to warp attacks. Remember when Kurama fired a full-sized Biju bomb? Minato opened a barrier and sent it somewhere else. Not blocked, not absorbed, just teleported away. He did the same with a Ten Tails Biju bomb later. Most people need a team of Jonin to pull that off. Minato soloed it with flair. And then there's that move, You know the one. Spiraling Flash Super Round Dance. Howl Style Stage 3. Yeah, that's a real name. Minato probably spent more time naming it than using it. But when he did, absolute destruction. He threw a bunch of kunai, cloned himself, and teleported in a rotating storm of death so fast it looked like lightning. One moment, there's an enemy platoon. But like any technique, Flying Thunder God has limits. It needs setup. He has to place the seal first. If the enemy wipes it, like Obito once did, he can't teleport there anymore. And yeah, it burns chakra. Minato's chakra control is god tier, so he spams it easily. But average ninja, they'd faint after one jump. Still, it's no exaggeration to say Flying Thunder God made Minato into a one-man army. Even other villages literally issued a do not engage order when he was spotted. And if that's not legendary, I don't know what is. Rasengan. Now let's get into Minato's signature invention. Rasengan. No hand signs, no flashy fireballs, just a spinning orb of pure chakra that breaks bones, walls, and egos. Minato created the Rasengan after observing the Biju bomb. Think about that for a second. He watched Kurama fire a tailed beast nuke and said, "Yeah, I can make a smaller handheld version of that." That's insane confidence. The core idea is simple. Minato compresses and rotates chakra in his palm until it reaches critical mass. There's no elemental nature, no chakra transformation. It's raw, focused energy, and it hits hard. That's also why it's so hard to master. You're basically trying to tame a tiny chakra hurricane in your hand. What makes this even crazier is that Minato mastered it. In the one-shot manga, we see him use Rasengan to overpower a full-power Biju bomb from Kurama. Not just half of it, the whole fox. And by the way, he did that while bleeding out from being impaled by Kushina. That's the ninja equivalent of lifting a car off someone with one arm, while the other arm is broken. Later, when revived in the war, Minato combines Rasengan with Kurama's chakra and makes what I like to call the Mega Turbo Super Dad Rasengan. That thing is huge. Naruto literally co-synchronized with him to hit Obito with it. And the sound effect? Boom. That's all you need to know. Rasengan needs precise chakra control. If your chakra wobbles even a little, the whole thing collapses. And since it's a close-range technique, you have to actually get to your target. Not ideal if your enemy has a sword, a spear, or, a giant eyeball that warps reality. Also, it doesn't have elemental flexibility like fire release or lightning release. No long range, no AoE, no bonus effects. It's a punch made of chakra. But when Minato throws that punch, even tailed beasts get nervous. 4 symbols, seal, and 8 trigram seal. Let's shift from raw power to terrifying genius, sealing techniques. And no, we're not talking about duct tape. This is high-level Fuin Jutsu, chakra-based magic that rewrites reality. And Minato was a master at it. During the Nine Tails attack, Minato knew he didn't have time to win the fight. So instead, he chose to end it. He used the 4 symbol seal and the 8 trigram seal together to lock half of Kurama's chakra inside Naruto. Now, the 4 symbols. Seal alone is powerful. It clamps down on chakra like a vault door. But Minato took it further. He stacked it with the 8 trigram seal, which adds a clever twist. It lets a little of that chakra leak out over time. That way, Naruto could gradually sync with Kurama and build strength. Oh, and he didn't stop there. He also programmed the seal with a backup failsafe. If Naruto ever lost control, Minato's chakra would trigger inside him and help restore balance. Which it did. During Naruto's fight with Pain, Minato's ghost literally showed up, smoothed things over, and sealed Kurama back in. Father of the Year, anyone? This combo seal was strategic. It protected the village, guided Naruto's growth, and even embedded messages from both parents. Sealing Jutsu with dialogue trees. That's next-level parenting. The downside? It takes insane precision, chakra control, and prep time. You can't throw this seal out mid-fight unless you've got at least 1 foot in the afterlife. Also, it only worked because Minato tied it to a Reaper Death Seal, meaning, well, he had to die. Not the ideal move in a friendly spar. Reaper Death Seal. Now we've reached Minato's ultimate card, the one he saved for when there were no more moves left. The Reaper Death Seal. aka, I win, but also, I die. This forbidden jutsu summons the literal Shinigami, the god of death. You offer your soul, and in return, it seals away whatever target you're holding. It's not elegant, it's not flashy, it's brutal, it's final. Minato used this technique in the darkest moment of his life. The Nine Tails was rampaging. Kushina was dying. Obito had torn the village apart. With no other choice, Minato sealed half of Kurama into Naruto and the other half into himself, using the Reaper Death Seal. He was bleeding, exhausted, already dying. But he still had enough chakra and clarity to cast the most dangerous jutsu in the book and succeed. Now, what makes this seal especially terrifying is its permanence. Once used, your soul gets trapped in the Reaper's belly forever. Not even Edo Tensei can undo it unless someone forcibly rips it open like Orochimaru later did. So when Minato used it, he wasn't buying time. He was sacrificing everything. But because of that sacrifice, the village survived. Naruto survived. And Kurama's power was split in a way that eventually led to Naruto becoming one of the strongest ninja ever. Contract Seal. Okay, imagine this. Someone has full control over a giant monster, like a literal walking natural disaster, and walk up, tap them, and boop, the connection's gone. That's what the contract seal does. This is one of Minato's most underrated techniques, and yet it's absolutely terrifying. With a single touch, he can sever the bond between a ninja and their summoned beast. That includes tailed beasts like Kurama. No talk, no jutsu, no genjutsu tricks. A clean, instant severance. He used this during the Nine Tails attack, when Obito tried to use Kurama to nuke Konoha into the Stone Age. Minato teleported in, placed his hand on Obito, and broke the summoning link. Kurama went from rampaging Murder Fox to confused but slightly calmer Murder Fox in 2 seconds flat. What makes this jutsu so insane is that it doesn't require prep time. There's no hand seal checklist. No 10-step ritual. Minato gets close enough to touch the target, which, okay, yeah, is kind of risky when your opponent is a teleporting maniac with intangibility powers. The weakness here is obvious. Range. You have to physically reach the person who's controlling the summon. And if that person is someone like Obito with reflexes, speed, and Kamui, well, good luck. Summoning technique. Next up, Minato's favorite amphibious sidekick, Gamabunta. Yep, our calm, grumpy, pipe-smoking toad boss from Mount Myoboko. And when this toad shows up, things get serious. Minato made a contract with the toads of Mount Myoboko. He could summon Gamabunta in the middle of battle, even while bleeding, tired, and under pressure. That's how much chakra control this man had. During the Nine Tails incident, Minato summoned Gamabunta right on top of Kurama. Not beside him, on top of him. That's like summoning a truck to land on a rampaging bull. Bunta held Kurama down while Minato teleported both of them to Naruto's location for the sealing. It was a perfect combo of strength and strategy. And let's not forget, Gamabunta got a sword. He's got attitude, and he's willing to help when it really matters. Summoning Bunta takes a lot of chakra. We're talking multiple gallons of high-quality ninja juice. It's not something you do for fun unless you want to pass out right after. Also, while Gamabunta's strong, he's not exactly built for high-speed chases or stealth missions. He's a tank, not a jet. Nine Tails Chakra Mode. Alright, now let's talk about the Golden Armor of Gods, Nine Tails Chakra Mode, or KCM for short. When Minato got revived during the Fourth Great Ninja War, he was brought back with his brains and teleportation skills. He also came with a little gift, the yin half of Kurama sealed inside him. That meant Minato could access KCM, and boy, did he glow. KCM wraps the user in a fiery golden chakra cloak. It enhances everything: speed, power, durability, and even chakra sensing. Basically, it's like slapping a NOS engine onto a sports car that was already breaking speed limits. Minato used KCM to turbocharge his Rasengan, making that Turbo Dad Rasengan we mentioned earlier. He even synced up with Naruto for double Rasengan tag team attacks against Obito. If father-son bonding had a power scale, this would be S++ tier. Plus, he could transfer Kurama's chakra to others, helping the entire allied shinobi forces power up. That's leadership right there. Not just flexing your power, but sharing it to lift everyone. Now, here's the catch. Unlike Naruto, Minato wasn't fully compatible with Kurama. He never had time to train with the Fox or bond like Naruto did. So while he could use KCM, he couldn't master it. And during the war, when he realized Obito was behind everything, Minato had a full-on emotional crash. His hesitation caused slip-ups in his control. That golden glow doesn't mean much if your mind isn't focused. Also, KCM was only available after death, because that's when Minato had Kurama sealed inside him. So while it looked cool and packed a punch, it wasn't something he ever used in life. Sage Mode. Yes, Minato does have Sage Mode. Yes, it's perfect. No, he barely ever used it. Minato learned Sage Mode at Mount Myoboku, the same legendary place where Jiraiya trained, and Naruto became a frog slap god. But unlike Jiraiya, whose Sage Mode turned him into a half-toad cosplay, Minato's transformation was flawless. Orange pigmentation around the eyes. No warts, no webbed fingers. Just pure clean chakra drip. So why don't we see him use it more often? Simple. It's not fast enough. To activate Sage Mode, you have to absorb natural energy, balance it with your own chakra, and stay perfectly still while doing it. That's not ideal when you're the fastest shinobi alive and your whole combat style is based on movement. Minato even admitted he wasn't good at keeping it going for long. He could activate it, yes, but not maintain it during intense battle. When he did use it, like during the Fourth Great Ninja War, it boosted his already terrifying speed and gave him crazy sensory perception. Basically, imagine Minato, but now with 360-degree awareness and frog-fueled power upgrades. It's like strapping rockets onto a jet. But because of the charging time and Minato's own preference for quick engagements, Sage Mode never became a core part of his arsenal. A shame, really. Frog Dad Mode had potential. Chakra Sensing. Minato's got another trick up his sleeve that most fans overlook. Chakra Sensing. And trust me, this isn't just, I feel a disturbance in the force stuff. This is elite level detection. He can sense chakra signatures from huge distances, whether someone is sneaking up in a misty forest or launching a sneak attack across the battlefield. Minato can detect it before they even finish their hand sign. It's how he kept tabs on Obito, sensed Kurama's rampage, and reacted faster than anyone else during full-scale battles. This ability shines even brighter when paired with Flying Thunder God. It's one thing to teleport to a marked spot. It's another thing entirely to sense where the danger is before teleporting, then strike before the enemy blinks. Chakra sensing won't tell you what the enemy is planning. You know someone's there, but not if they're holding a Rasengan or preparing to read your browser history. It also depends on Minato's own experience and mental state. If he's distracted or emotionally unstable, like during the Obito reveal, his reactions can slow down a bit. Intelligence and tactical genius. Here's where Minato stops being scary and becomes terrifying. His brain. He's the genius. Highest test scores in Chunin exam history. Created Rasengan, refined Flying Thunder God. Predicted enemy moves in real time, and somehow did it all while being polite, calm, and clean-cut. Basically, your mom's ideal son-in-law who also casually defeats 1,000 ninja. He broke down Obito's Kamui after watching it twice. Figured out the timing, countered the intangibility, and marked him mid-phase. Kakashi and Naruto were still trying to understand how Kamui worked. Minato was already winning. He laid out the seal system that guided Naruto's growth for years. He coordinated with toads, planned a contingency with Kushina's chakra, and later teamed up with Kakashi, Guy, and Lee to take on Madara's insane god-tier powers. The guy thinks 10 steps ahead, even from the grave. His tactics rely heavily on emotional control. When Minato found out Obito was the masked man, he froze. The shock messed with his focus. His battle instincts dipped. And against guys like Madara, hesitation is death. Physical strength and reflexes. Okay, speed aside, Minato's raw reflexes and strength are ridiculous, like borderline unfair. We all know he's the fastest guy around, but his reflexes are what turn him from fast guy to untouchable nightmare. Raikage's full-speed lariat, dodged. 8 Tails tentacle strike, countered with a kunai mid-swing. Truth-seeking orbs flying toward him, he cut them off without blinking. And don't forget, he does all this while tossing around triple-bladed kunai and executing split-second teleports like a pro gamer with 0 ping. His physical strength also gets overlooked. This isn't Might Guy level muscle, but Minato can still tank hits, push back massive beasts, and fight effectively while wounded. Even after being impaled by Kurama, he still pulled off a sealing jutsu, moved Naruto to safety, and talked calmly like he was mildly inconvenienced. But let's be real, 99% of shinobi never even get close to touching him. If you find yourself face to face with Minato in a fistfight, the fight's already over. You don't know it yet. Thank you for watching till the end.